Hey, you guys, it's Katie Whitledge. I'm the founder of Maya and your beloved host of the Beyond the Technique podcast. It's Thursday, which means we are together. It's you and me. And you know what? This message is really for you to share with your providers, your hairstylists, your massage therapists, your nail technicians, your injectors, your estheticians. This is for your barbers. If you're a provider, be it behind the chair or serving a guest in a room, this is for you. Today, we're going to talk about get up, get out, and gain experiences. This really hit my heart because I saw a social media post on just the comparison trap that's happening on social media. And the reason that this is happening is because stylists spend a ton of time, more time on Instagram and TikTok than they do actually getting out and seeing what really happens in the real world behind the chair in other salons in other cities. And I will tell you that my life and career and everything that I've been able to do in this industry would never have happened if I stayed in Madison, Wisconsin and never left home and never left the screen of the podcast. Like, if I didn't put myself out there literally physically to meet new people, I would not be where I am. And by the way, if you talk to anybody that you look up to in this industry, they are getting out, they're getting up, and they're going to gain experiences. So, we're going to encourage you to do the same thing today. The beauty industry has made it easier than ever to watch everyone else's career. It's really hard, thus, to build your own. If you're busy seeing life happen through the lens of a screen and not living your own life, then I promise you, you will eventually feel just super discouraged and maybe even feel a sense of wanting to leave the industry, which we don't want. And really, you guys, this is about proximity because your proximity to other great people and places is power. This is the power that's going to fuel you for years and years to stay in this industry because once you're in this industry, it's so special. And I promise you, doors can open in anywhere, any place, any way, with any brand. There's so many endless opportunities to still be a part of this industry and do lots of different things with your life. It's really the best. So I want you to ask yourself this. When was the last time that you attended an event outside of the city that you live in? And maybe even outside of your salon. When I used to own salons, we really spoiled the team and brought education to them. I rarely went, uh, you know, out. Rarely did I have people go and experience things. If they did, it was usually to the New York City or Toronto Goldwell Academy. And that was a huge opportunity. And by the way, I am proud of the people who did go and do that because that was truly the one thing that was like the motivator for them to go and do. Otherwise, there wasn't a ton of motivation to go and do events because we brought it to them. When is the last time you got out the door and saw different experiences in person for yourself? By the way, when's the last time you attended a concert or live music of any kind? The answer is probably like pretty recent. So we will invest in things that we think are going to be a great experience for our lives. I promise you, you will gain even more in life if you invest in going out and having educational experiences. And it doesn't always have to be educational. I'll share some ideas, but that will bring you more in life when you go out and invest in that kind of education than a night for watching live music that you may or may not even remember depending on your extracurricular activities. Then ask yourself, when is the last time you visited another salon? So, this is another idea for you. I'm super thankful that with Maya, I get to travel and see a lot of different places. And everywhere we go, I try to stop and see a salon. Whether they partner with Maya, I try to be intentional about visiting our partners' salons, or it's an area that we don't currently have partners in. And then I just go for the fun of finding a place that I can get a blowout in or just go and relax and see the different ways that salons operate. It is just life-giving, you guys, to be around other providers and just hear their story and learn from them and what lights them up, and they feel so good when somebody's sitting in their chair that's part of the industry too. When you're part of this industry, it's like being a part of a special club. It's like you get it. They get you get it, you guys get each other, and you people don't get the nuances of this industry unless they're in it. So, go out, pick a salon. And try to pick something you can pick something in your area if you want, just, if you wanna be like a little bit of a looky-loo and what are they up to over there. But really, what are some salons maybe in your state or a state nearby that you love or look up to or just have always been enamored by that you could go and visit them and see, what is this all about? How do they do things? How will I be greeted? What is it like to book with them? Speaking of book with them, if they don't have Maya, then it's probably not gonna be as easy because 'cause you're not gonna know who is it that you should book with when you go to see them. It's gonna be kind of a crapshoot. And by the way, owners, that is what happens every time a new client comes in. It's a crapshoot because they're just picking somebody based on the service that the person provides is what they need, and maybe their picture, so that's a little bit of vanity, and obviously availability, and that's it. And that is not helping your new client retention percentages increase, but Maya will. So if you want to check that out, I have the link in our show notes. Okay, ask yourself, when is the last time that you invested in education where you actually met people instead of scrolling past them? You guys, there is an event almost every single month in this industry that you could attend. So, for example, behind the chair one shot. How many of you see that come through your social media thread when it's that time of year and everybody's putting the one shot logo on their images for a chance to maybe be chosen for a certain category? So, you're seeing all that. What if you actually go and attend that event and be around the amazing creative people that crafted that work, to see what they're like, to have fun, to just be around a group of people that fiercely love what they do, and you will be reignited in your career if you do that too. Plus, they offer amazing education. Just sitting and watching somebody do hair on stage, like Guy Tang, he's with Olaplex, and I saw him in Orlando at the premiere show, and I don't even do hair anymore. But he was talking about the way we hold hair up when we balayage and what height it should be at, and I was like, "Huh, I've never heard that before." Well, yeah, you're gonna hear, like, a few tidbits that you're gonna take and be able to apply. There is never any experience or education that will not give you something worth value that you can bring back to your practice and your career. So your future isn't determined by your algorithm, you guys. It's determined by the proximity in which you place yourself near great people, great places, great education, great experiences. I'll tell you this, your environment will always win. What do I mean by that? You've heard the saying that you are who you hang out with, or you're the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I've had to really limit my time with even some of my closest loved ones because I don't want to become like that. I don't wanna think that way. I don't wanna talk about others. I don't wanna sit back and judge every little thing we just did. How do you think that went? What did you think about what he said? What did you think about what she was wearing? I was like, "Who fucking cares? Can we talk about something else?" So, I get kinda worked up about it, but I have, like, cut that off. Like, you may not be able to straight up completely remove yourself from certain relationships, and family is really the hardest one, but you have a choice of setting boundaries or even time limits. And it's a great opportunity for you to practice breathing meditation practices as well. So I would just encourage you to put yourself in environments intentionally around the people that you want to be like. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone, you guys. By the way, you don't actually grow as an individual, and your career will not grow if you stay in your comfort zone. I had my buddy John Mosley, you may know him as Popular Nobody. He put out a social media post and it was something along the lines like the comfort zone is where the best sweet treats are. You're going to eat the sweetest treats in your comfort zone, and that's why people don't leave the comfort zone. I have another buddy who gave me crap for not eating dairy. I mean, we are in Wisconsin, but it was like, hey, I gave up some good things because I believe there are better things. Self discipline is giving up the good and the better for the best. If you want to grow in life, you have to get out of that comfort zone and put yourself into the stretch zone. Where are you a little bit uncomfy that forces you to step out and speak up and be around different people? Don't overthink stupid things, by the way. I'll give you an example. When I put myself out there, I would overthink it to death. What am I going to wear? And I would put together these outfits that were amazing. I still do sometimes, don't get me wrong, but it was so over the top where I had to look flashy and cool. And then I was like, you know what? Who am I? I am kind of a sporty, athletic, a little androgynous girl. Like, I love being girly, but I also like wearing Nike, like Jordans. Like, so how do I just be my real self and not always worry about? So when you go to these events and you're like, oh, I'm already like insecure, I'm already a little like nervous or have anxiety about going to this thing. I've never done it. It's my stretch zone. I'm going to do it. Don't overthink stupid crap like, what are you going to look like or wear when you show up to that thing? You don't need to go buy all these new things, which I've done before, because you're going to this big fancy event and you feel like you need to fit in or need to belong. The right people are going to pick up what you're putting down, and you don't have to worry about showing up as something that's not authentic to you. So let me just encourage you with that. And putting yourself in great environments will affect you so positively. What are those great environments? Your salon. The salon you choose to work at is so important because, or spa or med spa, because it's going to be a predictor of what type of person you become even as a professional. So some people are looking for the easy way. Some people want quality, so it might take longer. Don't overthink or overjudge like training programs, compensation. There's this trap of comparison. Like, I've watched 3 TikToks. So if my salon doesn't do that, I'm not going to work there. There's something wrong with them. Do not fall for that bullshit. That is all a lie. Put yourself in environments, go in shadow, visit other salons, really take your time, because not everything is what it seems. And you want to find the right place that is in line with your values. If you're like, put me in, coach, I'm ready, and you want a salon that's going to allow that to happen, you might pick a certain place separate from a salon that is trying to curate your craft at a whole different level, and precision matters, and they may take the slow and steady route. Sometimes this is a yoga thing. I've heard that what your body needs the most is usually what you might resist the most. Here's an example. If you do yoga, there is a yoga kind of style called yin yoga, and it really impacts the fascia that's around the muscle. Long story short, you really sit in certain postures, positions, stretches for longer periods of time so that you resolve to be still and allow the body to relax and release. And that is the hardest freaking thing for me ever. But it's what the body needs the most, because I am wound up, you guys. I am tight. So this body needs yin. Sometimes what we resist is what we actually need the most. So I would just really encourage you to take a look at what is the right environment for you long term.
Did you know over 60% of first-time clients do not return for a second visit? That is so painful, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's where Maya comes in. Maya is the ultimate marketing software for the beauty and wellness industry. We have a proprietary funnel utilizing special algorithms to help connect the right consumers with the right providers at your business. This means that Maya helps you get higher spending clients you love to work with who stay the long haul. If you want to increase your revenue, increase your client count, increase your average ticket, and increase your new client retention, then you need Maya. Go to joinmaya.com to set up your own personal virtual tour and see why over 500,000 consumers have trusted Maya and the businesses we work with to find their perfect beauty and wellness pro. We promise you will love Maya.
When you think about your environment, you have where you work, you have the place that you reside, and your online presence. So be cautious of where you're putting yourself within your home. Are you just hanging out, sitting on your couch all day? Or do you have a dedicated space for learning or for meditation? Or can you get out and walk do you have a walking path? Something that gets you out of being really lethargic or even the threat of becoming lazy. And then, of course, social media. So you have Instagram, you have TikTok. Where are you hanging out? What rooms? What people are you following? I will tell you that a lot of these TikToks are just there to get you all worked up. It's all about the controversy. It's about the outrage. It's about extremes, complaining. Everybody and their brother's got a complaint. Are you wanting to hang out with people that complain all the time? You are going to start to see life through a lens that is so negative that you're going to prevent yourself from meeting really great people, because really great people do not have time for that. They don't want to think that way. They don't want to be around that. They're hyper focused on what is good, what is positive. I want more of that. So I'm going to lean into that. I'm going to curate more of that for my life. So be very, very cautious of that. Algorithms are rewarding all of these things. They're rewarding overnight success when in reality, you guys, what's actually successful is being consistent, disciplined, building relationships, quality relationships, and systems. So you may follow Jay-Z Styles. She is, I forget her, you're going to be very disappointed that I forgot her real name, but she's one of the real Mormon wives, housewives. Lord, I'm ruining that, but you know who I'm talking about. She was on stage at Premiere Orlando talking about to everybody. And why are we so shy to say this, by the way? But she's like, you guys go all in, work every day for like a year or two. When you do that, then when you bend over backwards for clients, eventually they'll bend over backwards for you. Yes, that's so true. We're trying to like create this false narrative, like protect your peace, like all that is healthy long term. But anybody who's reached an unbelievable level of success, anybody, if they've gotten to an unbelievable level of success, they went hard as F for as long as it took till they got to that place that had some space. It might take you a full entire year of 5 days a week behind the chair. It might take you 2 full years. It might take you 3. It will take time. But I promise you, if you go hard now, on the other side of that, you will be set forever because we are in the relationship business. And if you focus on building great relationships of people and you serve them well, they will value you forever. They will be loyal to you. And then when you go to raise your prices and change your availability, they're going to be like, you're too good to lose out on. I'm coming in. Well, if you're only here these 2 days, I'm here these 2 days with you. If you're charging this, I'm paying it. I promise you will set yourself up long term if short term you're willing to go balls to the wall. So think about where you are going to learn and where you're going to put yourself to be in that stretch zone. Attend classes, ask questions, you guys. Stay afterward. Start networking. When I was first, even before I was a salon owner, when I was first in the industry, I was invited to this group. It was called Business Networking International. And you show up and it's all these professional people. Like, I didn't know that there was an estate planning attorney separate from like a business attorney. I just thought you're a lawyer, you're a lawyer. I didn't know that young that there were different types. That's how naive I was. So when I put myself out there as a hairstylist, just starting to network, graciously, they all were so nice to me because they were like, this girl can't actually give us any business. She can't buy a house yet. She doesn't have a mortgage. She doesn't have friends that are gonna go pay me $20,000 to do their landscaping. Like, I didn't bring anything to them. I was there literally to be a sponge and learn from great professionals in my area that were doing cool things totally separate from what I was doing, and the reciprocation, they came in and they got their hair done. Some of it went well, some of it I was so fresh and young that I will never forget. This guy referred his wife to me. She had very curly hair. You're gonna die when you hear this. I did a razor haircut on that curly hair, and as you can imagine, that was not a good decision. Now, I didn't know that then, and she hated it, and she never came back, and it, like, kind of tarnished a little bit of that relationship and that trust between that professional, the guy and me, but it was like, you're gonna have to take risks, you guys. Without risks, there's no reward, and it took those flubs to learn how to actually be excellent at what I do. So, there's another little lesson. In the midst of putting yourself in the stretch zone, give yourself grace for not being perfect. Progress is gonna help you get to a whole nother level, but you might have some crap go down that you're embarrassed by or even a little ashamed of or feel guilty about. But if you go in with the right heart and the right intentions, people will be forgiving. Minimally, they just won't be terrible to you and leave bad reviews and tell everybody don't go to her or him or whatever. But you have to risk being a little bit of a failure, having fails under your belt in order to propel yourself long term. So it is an opportunity for you to, if you really want to be great, a whole nother level of great than you already are, then you have to get up, you have to get out, and you have to gain experiences, you guys. Your career will rarely outgrow your environment. So as time went on, my networking went from local business professionals to putting myself in other networking rooms in the industry with people doing big brands, just doing crazy cool things that were beyond my understanding. Even to this day, as a tech founder of a software company, when I go to tech roundtables put on by the Pro Beauty Association, I am around like the founder of Zenoti, and I'm around the founder of Vish and some of these massive brands like Ulta. And I'm kind of the little guy in the room, and that's okay because this is an opportunity for me to humble myself and realize there's so much more to learn. There's so many great people doing big things. Just put yourself in those rooms and continuously reevaluate where you are and where you want to be and you push yourself intentionally in those environments that will help create the next version of you. At my age, gosh, how old do you think I am? I'm not going to tell you, but at my age, I feel like I've had enough experiences to learn that your identity can shift multiple times throughout your life. Who you are today can and will be very different 5 years from now. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's this law called the law of thermonuclear dynamics. And what it means is that nothing can stay the same. You're either growing or you're dying. You're either getting better or you're actually getting worse. You actually cannot physiologically stay the same. So it is up to you to choose growth, to get up, get out, put yourself out there. Stop looking at the algorithms of your social media. Stop listening to 5 freaking people that think they have influence. Those influencers, they're going to be thirsty and looking for their next opportunity. Give it a couple years. I promise you. I know major influencers in our industry, like people who have hundreds of thousands of followers who are still living paycheck to paycheck, still working their butt off to curate a lifestyle for themselves. They are not rolling in the Benjamins. Just because you have a lot of followers and you are very loud does not mean that you are very successful. And by the way, success means different things to different people. I get it. If success means to you having a ton of followers and feeling a little bit famous virtually, then maybe they have something you want. But I would caution you not to judge your salon owner, your commission structure. I wouldn't judge any of those things based on what you're seeing getting shouted from the rooftops on social media. Because remember, those algorithms are built based on controversy and clickbait and all these stupid things that are not real life. Real life is putting your real, actual physical body in real spaces with real people. And that is what is going to help you see things clearly. It'll help you grow. It will help you change your identity and become a whole new version of yourself. You guys, the possibilities are truly endless. And I hope that you feel fired up after this and that you sign up like today. And I'll tell you this, you have an opportunity. If you're a salon owner or a leader listening, in our show notes, we have an event coming up with Sherry Bellinger, who owns Belle Serene Salon in La Jolla, California. If you're listening and I messed up any of that, I'm sorry. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm trying. But her event is for salon owners who want to have a mastermind opportunity to learn from her. She's doing almost $3 million in revenue. She's going to pull the curtain and show you behind the scenes of her business operations, tell you everything she's done to be wildly successful. I'm pretty sure she has over 30 hairstylists on her team, if not more. That event is priceless, but yet the tickets are, I think, under $500. You can check in our show notes. It's ridiculous. It depends if you're going one person or if you bring another person with you. I'm going to be there because I want to be around great salon owners who value this type of education. I want you to be there too. So go and sign up for this event. Go and sign up for something. Put yourself out there. Plan ahead. It's just like a vacation. When you look at your entire year and you say, these are the vacations that I want to plan for my life, I would do that for education too. Create a bucket list. I want to go to the Behind the Chair one-shot event. I want to go to Premiere Orlando. There are so many cool things that you can experience in this industry. So be proactive, you guys. Plan ahead, get it on your calendar, commit to it. And I promise you, putting yourself in the stretch zone continuously will pay off in dividends. I hope you guys feel like listening to this platform, this podcast always pays off, that you get a ton of value from it. If you appreciate Beyond the Technique, please take a moment, leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening so that more people like you will discover Beyond the Technique podcast, where we are here to change the way that you are supported in your business. Until next time, have an awesome day and stay strong.